Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
McCarron to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. First down, McCarron. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
All right, here we go.
The pitch out to Lynch. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal, and I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On second down, here's McCarron. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for McCarron. And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
There's Keenum now on second down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Bruce Irvin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 3rd down, that's Freeman. And some room to roam now. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this was all about letting the offense just get settled in.
So out come the Raiders. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper, 82 yards, and the Raiders have taken the early lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now the former Utah man, this is Devontae Booker. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw on second down is Keenum. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Derek Johnson, there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. Looking deep for Demaryius. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Barney! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
After the INT, it's McCarron. They dump it off to Lynch. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back near his goal line. Here's McCarron. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nelson. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
McCarron now 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Lynch running the counter. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now McCarron throwing on second. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
McCarron and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Lynch. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Detroit!
On 3rd and long, it's McCarron. He finds Roberts, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. From the gun, it's McCarron. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Look at, and the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw is Keenum. Left side here to Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver first down. Keenum on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. First down, the run with Lynch. And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oaklend first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now McCarron. It's caught. Nelson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That connection with Jordy Nelson coming on the drag route.
Hard to believe that he was a walk-on.
Yeah, Kansas State.
It's so hard to believe that people missed entirely on him. But how about his ability to work and run any route you need? And that completion is evidence that it doesn't matter what you call, he's going to find a way to get open.
Walk on at Kansas State. Now the locker rooms are named after him there. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
They'll run for it with Martin. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. To throw, it's McCarron. And that is incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
But last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Give him 30 yards there. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line.
Roger, roger, roger.
Now it's Freeman. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. On second down, here's Keenum. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. From the gun, it's Keenum. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Keenum now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Coming left, it's Freeman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Throw left side complete. It's Thomas. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Booker on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Go doctor. Here goes side. Blue 20. On 53.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And McManus able to put it through. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Keenum throwing on second. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Keenum. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Now the pitch to Freeman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Let's go.
On second down, here's Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Keenum now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Keenum. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Take Carradine in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Working from the gun, Keenum drops it underneath for Booker. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. They toss to Freeman. Oh, spinning away. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there.
Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On second down, here's McCarron. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And McCarron now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. McCarron connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Shotgun snap for McCarron. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. And McCarron now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And again, it's McCarron. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now here's McCarron again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he is all the way up past the 25. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The drive starts with Devontae Booker. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Let's go, let's go.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play. Keenum now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Keenum to throw. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Keenum now to throw. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Keenum, left side here to Sanders. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw is Keenum. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Broncos on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Keenum. On the move to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, McCarron. Roberts with it over the middle. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that's complete. It's the Carr to Cooper connection. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. Over the middle, complete. That's Roberts. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. And McCarron now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. McCarron to throw once more. Dancing to his left. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Sua Cravens in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's McCarron. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the two-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Keenum now on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down is Keenum. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. With man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. This is Freeman. That the first NFL touchdown of the career of Royce Freeman, as they now sit just a two-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the two-point conversion.
Now Keenum. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
All right, here we go.
McCarron to throw on second down. Flush to his right, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Green 39! Green 39!
Here's McCarron to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A toss play. This is Lynch. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On second down, Lynch. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the handoff, Lynch. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now.
Set. 319. 319.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Oakland, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.